Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all already know what time it is. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that Fat Boy Finesse is live again. Sorry for being late, but we're gonna get started in a moment. Let me hear you sing it. Let's go. I'm crazy 'cause I can't leave you alone, and I'm wondering if it's worth me holding on, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a good night tonight, people. I love it. I love it. I love it, A&T. I love it. Woo! Beautiful, fam. Let's go. Come on. I just want to have a conversation with you in 2 minutes. I see you in the chat, good people. What's poppin'? Hey. Hey, that was Half Crazy by A&T. Half Crazy by A&T. Rock boy, we in the building. Let's go. Dreamed of you ever since. Now I built up my confidence. Next time, girl, you come my way, I'll know just what to say. Can we talk? Yeah, for a minute. Girl, I want to know your name. For a minute. Let's go. I hope you guys had a great weekend, man. Happy Labor Day. Let's go. Got 30 seconds, man. We almost there. I see y'all in the chat. One more chance. Yeah, that's perfect timing right there. I appreciate it, Southern. That was so beautiful. Hey, man, this Monday night, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that Fat Boy Finesse is live again. Let's go. They gonna trip when they hear this. This guy. Nah, it ain't Jada. It's Fat Boy, but you can call me Walt. Walt J. Hey, let's cut up for a little bit. Here we go. That boy crazy. Call me Mr. Elixir. My nose is something sinister. I'm stone cold like a tombstone. I'm a finisher. Finisher. A fragrance that a finisher. Preaching about these oils like they holy. I'm a minister. Trying to set the record straight. Curve is the real king. Still got love for grease. Savage make them girls scream. Can't forget that 1 million got me feeling real lucky. Call me Fat Boy, but don't test me. It can get ugly. I'm trying to find a new cologne. I don't really know where to go. That boy out here singing, boy. Crazy work. Hey, get him again, Fat Boy. I'm a real fragrance reviewer from niche to designers. You can never clone Fat Boy. I know that's right. I'm rocking with the Czar and my homegirls, the oil lady. Paris, Milan, a little tougher than my other ladies. Renaissance man, though I never been to Harlem. Love a New York night like a crook, love a bond man. Belling out the game, but them call me a savior. Casting out these phonies, call me a demon slayer. In the words of my brother Dedra Hicks, positive vibes only. Of positive vibes only in the building, man. I hope you guys are having a great Monday, man. Y'all already know what it is. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that Fat Boy Finesse is live again. If you can hear me, drop a 1 in the chat. If you can see me, drop a 2. If you can hear me, drop a 1. If you can see me, drop a 2. Drop them center the days in the building, man. We got a quick live tonight, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get right to it. Hey. What about spitting something right there? But nah, that's not really my MO. Byron, what's good, man? I'm assuming you talking about Liquid Broom. What's popping with you? KB, my guy, what's going on? Chris Davis, I see you. We got that imagination, center of the day. Also, y'all tap in with me. Let me know where you watching from, man. Let me know where you're watching from, man. I like to know where the people is watching from. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Calhoun got that ingenious ginger. I love it. I love it. That's that supply. You're smelling real good, my guy. Smelling real good, my guy. So fly. Tonight we about to get real high. Hey, Chris Davis, appreciate it though, man. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna tell y'all what's crazy. I'm coming with a lot of energy tonight because I'm under the weather. I'm under the weather. You know what I'm saying? And so birthday is coming up Sunday. I got to get this out my system before the weekend gets here. You know what I'm saying? So we coming with a lot of energy tonight, man. Poe, what's good? Appreciate you. Percy, I see you in the building. Got that Kirk. Tanzania, Terenzi. What is that? Mind in a frenzy. Oh my God. That Terenzi. Now, I think I've seen that before. Rock T, I think I saw you earlier. You know what I'm saying? With the Jado. Let's go. Bro, this ain't no new bottle. Remember, I got a 10 ml of this, so I didn't really get a chance to crack into it like I want to. But nah, it's the same bottle that I had. Northern Virginia, that's what I'm talking about. Duval, Jacksonville, Florida in the building. Pensacola in the building. That's what I'm talking about. We got Texas in the building. Center of the day, Michael Malloy, new journalist. Okay. Percy, you down there in Texas. Chris, you down there in Louisiana. That's what I'm talking about. Brandon down there in Louisiana. Hey, we got my guy all the way from Antigua. That's where I need to be right now. House of Hishami. Something for you. Poe, you sound like you got expensive taste, my brother, and I'm not mad at it at all. South Carolina in the building, I see you. You know what I'm saying? Prodalome Intense, I see you. I think I've told people, huge confession. Prodalome Intense is one of those things that had to grow on me. My favorite. Oh, well, it's up there. My favorite iris fragrance, or fragrance that has iris in it, is La Mer Parfum, Jean Paul Gaultier. That's my favorite iris fragrance. Prodalome Intense, it took me some time to come around to it. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, my guy? We got the Serjoff, not Zerjoff, Serjoff King in the building. Appreciate it. We got ones and twos. All right, we got South Texas in the building. Hawass Cobra, how do you like it? My decant is coming in. I was not pressed on, and y'all drop me a 3 if you can hear the music. Drop me a 4 if it's too loud. Drop me a 3 if you can hear it and it's perfect. But Cobra, what is it? Cobra and Malibu. I was not pressed to get a full bottle yet. If I get a full bottle, it's probably going to be of Malibu. If I'm not mistaken, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Cobra is a spin on imagination. Malibu is a spin on something. I think we were thinking it was gonna be like Le Beau Le Parfum. Honestly, I don't need either one of them. The content creator in me, I may grab them, but I was very disciplined. Shout out to my boy, you know what I'm saying? Siage, Blonde by Warrior, that was like, yo, y'all know whatchamacallit is out. I was like, yeah, you know, I don't know if I need a full bottle, you know, because it's like $50 a piece. So you're talking $100 for 2 bottles, and it's like redundant. It's redundant. I don't know why Risasi waited so late to go ahead and release these. I don't understand. They should have went ahead and put them out. Like summer is like almost over. I know it's hot somewhere, but yeah. Yeah, Malibu is Le Beau Parfum, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of redundant for me. You know what I'm saying? If I have, you know, to add that to the collection. Yo, and like, let me tell y'all something, man. Like this jacket. Wait, I'm about to take this jacket off. I'm getting hot already. Trevor Rose, cheers, love the channel. Watching from Alberta, Canada. Absolutely refreshing channel for, man, we international in these streets, you know what I'm saying? We international out here.
Ooh, we got baptized.
You know what I gotta say to that?
Crazy work.
That's crazy work.
Crazy work.
That's crazy work.
Crazy work.
That's crazy work.
This that split.
It's that split.
That's that split.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, Trevor. So we got threes, bet. We good on the music. We good on the music. All right. Yeah, I'm not so sure, you know what I'm saying, about the whole Cobra thing, you know. Risasi does put out good things, but, you know, again, I'm not so sure about that. So let me go ahead and get to my scent of the day. My scent of the day is from the house of Brioni. And this is Brioni Intense EDP. This is a beautiful, fruity, woody, oud fragrance. I don't like animalic ouds. I don't like stinky ouds. So I don't like super real oud. And I know there are different variations of oud, but this right here is a beautifully well done masculine scent. If you're looking for something that's going to be super masculine, that has a level of fruit to it, it doesn't make you smell fruity. It's not off-putting. It subdues the oud in it. You know what I'm saying? There's some tangerine in here. There is some oud in here, of course. There's another note that I can see as clear as the apple. So tangerine, apple, I feel like there's bergamot, and oud is gonna be the star of the show. Beautiful fragrance, like the original EDP, the original joint, original Brioni. I have it in there. I can't think of what the name of it is. It's straight, but this right here, definitely, if you're looking to like, let me go ahead and throw this out here real quick. I think people assume the minute we start talking about saving money, like I'm gonna throw a clone or something at you, not just necessarily me, but we've kind of been conditioned where we just start associating cheap with clones. Like, no, like Brioni is one of those things you can get for discounters from the low. You should not be paying full price for this. You should not be buying this out of the store. They're good. They ain't good enough to buy retail though. And very few things are good enough to buy retail. So again, I love this. If you're looking for something masculine, if you're looking for something that's gonna be a great transitional fragrance, especially for my office people. I know if you have not checked out the video we talked about yesterday, I did the video yesterday about, shout out to Dedrick that did the tag video. 5 best fragrances to wear while you're wearing a suit. I wanted to do my own little spin on it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I wanted to go the scenario route. So we talked about the 5 reasons you're probably going to be wearing a suit in the first place. Number 1 is probably church. Number 2 is probably work or business, presentation, meeting or something like that. Number 3 is probably a wedding. Number 4 is probably a funeral. Number 5 is probably date, you know, or even with date, you could say something significant. Like maybe if you're going to see Jeezy, who's been on his tour recently, certain operas and certain concerts, certain venues and events require a certain level of decorum, a gala or something like that. This is one of those fragrances I definitely could have added to the list because it is well done, well blended, super smooth. Like I said, it puts me in the mind. So not from a smell standpoint. Don't misconstrue or confuse what I'm getting ready to say. Misconstrue. I can't talk tonight. This does not smell like Nomad. Bond and Manani. You know, I'll put that in the video. It's like my favorite, one of my favorite. It's not in front of me. But anytime I wear a suit, that's my default go-to. If I just want to grab something, that's what's it. If I'm trying to make a statement, that's my signature, like I'm putting that on. But I would put this in a similar category. Like Bond and Manon is so much stronger. You know what I'm saying? This is a little bit more subdued. So, you know, if you kind of want to be to yourself, but you still want to be feeling like the man when you come through, this is one of those. So my scent of the day, again, from the house of Brioni, we have Brioni Intense, and this is the EDP. All right, let's holler at the chat real quick, see what y'all talking about. Hey, so bro, like real talk, no cap. And honestly, I'm about to take it off. I'm about to take it off because I done got warm now. Yeah, I'm a little under the weather, you know what I'm saying? And so I have to be very careful. I grew up all my life with asthma, whatever, upper respiratory infections, flu, pneumonia, all of it. You know, I got an inhaler, you know, next to my bed or whatever. Thank God I haven't had an asthma attack in years. You know how black people, and maybe it's not just black people, but you know how people like you grow out of things. Like it is one of those things I did grow out. So now it's more kind of like for rescue you know, think of like a rescue inhaler or whatever. But yeah, bro, like I'm probably gonna take this jacket off before the night is over with because it's getting warm. But yeah, it's been cool in North Carolina, man. And I don't know, we got hit with a false fall and then the temperature raised up again. But I feel like fall is here to stay. As a matter of fact, shout out to my Tar Heels. I'm a Tar Heel born, I'm a Tar Heel bred, and when I die, I'm a Tar Heel dead. So it's rah rah Carolina Lana, rah rah Carolina Lana, rah rah Carolina Lana, go to hell Duke. So if you're a Duke fan, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I attended the most illustrious university in the world. I have an affinity for HBCUs though. Like all of my family was HBCU grads. My mom would not let me go to a HBCU. I had plans to go to the North Carolina A&T. A state university because I wanted to be a computer engineer, and they have like the best engineering program in the state and one of the best in the country, hands down. And my mom was a Shaw alum. She went to Shaw U and she was like, nah, you going to Carolina. Like for what? You know? And I had the opportunity to dual enroll at Central. Shout out to my boy. If you're from the Durham area and you're around my age, you may know him, Schaefer. Ryan Schaefer, who used to march with the Sound Machine at Central, which is right down the road from Chapel Hill in Durham. And so he was trying to convince me hard, bro, like, man, come march with us. I'm like, bro, my schedule will not allow me to do that. So yeah, man. Killer City, Missouri. What's going on, Brian? Appreciate you tuning in, man. Yep, fall is definitely almost here. Monquel, a fragrance named Warlord is really interesting. Pineapple fragrance with gunpowder in the top and copper in the mid. What? Crazy work. That's what that sounds like right there. That's what that sounds like right there. What's the clone? There is no clone of Brioni, fam. If that's what you were asking. Yeah. Yeah. Byron says, I don't care about wearing a fragrance during the funeral. I know some people don't. You may not think about it, but I think about fragrance in relation to everything, because you've probably heard me say this to this. When you look good and you smell good, you feel good. So fragrance for me is also a huge part of like aromatherapy is a real thing. There are some things where you can just, when you smell, it lifts your spirits. It does something to the chemicals in your brain. It creates a reaction, whether it's dopamine or all of these other hormones, you know, that get released. So there are certain things where it's like, even for a funeral, like, bro, I'm dressed to kill. Like, no pun intended, but you know, yeah, I'm still putting it on. I'm still showing up. That's me. I know everybody is different. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Timothy McLean just got a sample of Brioni Intense last week. Will definitely be getting a full bottle. See? Now, Timothy, I don't know you. This is the first time I've seen you on the channel. You may have watched the video or commented before, but this is good. Like, this is super, super, super good. And I'm gonna be honest with you. This was not on my radar. I'm gonna tell you who put this on my radar. I was watching a stream. I want to say it was Dedrick and Jarrett and the Bishop. Or it was the stream with Dedrick, Ross, and the Bishop. And he mentioned that. And I didn't know they had out an Intense version. And I went to go look. And I was like, oh yeah, that's dope. Let me get that. So it hasn't even been long that I've had that. As a matter of fact, I got that around the same time that I got this right here. I don't know if you guys saw me talk about this. But this Mont Blanc Explorer. Which one is this? Which one is this? What's the name of this fragrance, y'all? I'm tripping right now. I got 1,000 things in my mind. It's the parfum version. Extreme. I think it's Extreme. This Mont Blanc Explore Extreme. This is another one. These are 2 fragrances cheap, man. Cheap. 2 fragrances. I'm kind of jumping around. I was going to do this later, but let's go ahead and talk about this now because I'm going to really try not to be up here long. I know every time I say that, I end up being up here a long time. But title of the video, you know, is it fall already? We're talking about transitional period. Some of you guys are still in 100-degree weather if you're on the West Coast in the desert. But 100 degrees today may be different than 100 degrees in July, if that makes sense. So the weather is changing. The humidity is changing. The quality of the air is changing. And so regardless, we might jump back up to 90 degrees tomorrow. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really looked at the weather. But since we're talking about transitional scents anyway, and get it, you can wear fragrance anytime you want to. I'm a believer that depending on the scenario that you work in, especially if you work in the office, wear what you want to wear. But I do like to kind of cater certain things. I don't want to be wearing a cinnamon, you know, cardamom dominant fragrance in the middle of summer. That's just not me. But do you wear what you want? But these are 2 cheap, budget friendly. Like I think both of these, this was from Burlington. So, and I think I ended up having like a $10 coupon. I think I paid like $30 for this. I think I paid, so the Mont Blanc Explore, and this was for the full bottle. This, I think I paid like $50 or something, maybe on like Perfume Spot with a coupon. Not Perfume Box, not Perfume Shop, Perfume Spot. I've purchased a lot from them, so they are legit if you're ever wondering. So this is one. Let's just go ahead and talk about it. If you're looking for some budget, especially those of you who are against clones, if you're looking for some budget friendly fragrances or whatever, 2 fragrances I know you definitely need to add. Brioni Intense EDP, all right? And especially masculine, but it's gonna be masculine, but still enough character, but it's still mass appealing. It's gonna be a huge compliment factor. And this right here, I promise to you, I feel like I spray this every day. This has like that, it's like 70% Sauvage, like 30% Aventus, 65% Sauvage, Elixir, you know what I'm saying? 35% Aventus. This is good. Aventus is absolute. This is good. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Sauvage Elixir. This makes it wearable. So Mont Blanc did the doggone thing with this one. Another fragrance that is going to be great going into fall. I have got to do a full review on this soon because I have had it for a while. Cod Lodge Shiaka Shadow. Can I keep it a buck with y'all? I bought this because of the bottle. This was an impulsive buy, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I have the OG. I have the OG. I have the OG, which again is another. While I'm talking about it, this is Blue Electric. No, just Electric. Bad Boy Cobalt. It's the EDP Electric. This is not the Elixir. I think the Elixir is a little, no, the Elixir is like yellow. That's the one I want. The one that's related to this, I can't remember, whatever. But yeah, this is Electric. I have the old, and that is supposed to be like a clone of this, and then whatever the more royal darker blue version of this is, and it's good. To me, that is the Shiaka Shadow punches. It's like heavier. But there is a woodiness to this that is perfect for fall. You would think that this is more of a fresh, typical blue shower gel type fragrance. No, my friend. And shout out to Lee Corso, who did his last, yeah, I'm a huge college football fan, so I might be referencing that all night. Shout out to my Bayou Bengals, them LSU Tigers, who let people know what the real Death Valley is. We pulled it out. Shout out to my man Gator. But now that's crazy. I went to school in Chapel Hill. Y'all have never really seen me root for Carolina football. Now tonight the game is on. Bill Belichick, first game. We'll see what happens. I might bring it in, play a little bit, but this is good. This has this beautiful, woody, almost nutty dry down that's like perfect for fall. But this Shiaka Shadow, like, it was an impulsive buy. Honest to God. It was an impulsive buy. I really bought this because of the bottle. Like, look at the bottle. Look at the bottle. I'm like, yo, I was like, that looks like something from Batman. I gotta have it. And it's so crazy. I already broke. I've been putting in work with this junk, man. I already broke the freaking whatchamacallit, man. But yeah, nobody can see that but me. But this is good. This is good. So if you're looking for something like a clone, Beauty House has this. I think Beauty House may be the only place that has this on sale right now. All right. So let's keep it going. We're talking about transitional fall, good fall fragrances. We're going to stay designer. What is this? Invictus. This is the Parfum. Yeah. Invictus Parfum. That beautiful, if you take that JPG sweetness and you grow it up, give it some character, that right there, gotta spray this. Atomizer sucks, but that's good, bro. That's good. And I said JPG, I'm tripping. Rabanne and JPG, Jean Paul Gaultier, are so similar in the things that they do or the way they approach fragrances. Their sweetnesses are very distinct. They are known for putting out sweet fragrance. Like every fragrance they put out is gonna have some level of sweetness to it. That's their signature, you know, where you can kind of identify them. And they're very distinct where you can tell one from the other. But yeah, let's stick right to it. Another one, let's throw a little bit of fruit in there that I'm really excited to wear. We got that Azzaro, and this is the gold one. I do not remember the names of this stuff, but this is Forever Wanted. This is the joint with the raspberry, man. Raspberry is one of those unique, you know what I'm saying, fruits and notes that's been making a comeback that I really, really appreciate. About to smell like Sephora in here. A lot of people hated on this, but this is good. This is good and has like this slight leather feel going on, like leather and raspberry. Super mature, sexy, sexy fragrance, fam. Sexy, sexy fragrance. I'm gonna talk about a couple of other things that I'm excited about, but let me check on the chat real quick. Let me check on the chat. Let me jump to the bottom, see who we got in here. Yeah, they both, yep, they both have that bubblegum sweetness. Yeah, to me, Rabanne is a little bit, it's like bubblegum for kids, and then Jean Paul Gaultier is like chewing gum. It's like bubblegum versus chewing gum, but they both have the same thing going on. Azzaro, probably my most favorite designer house. Yo, why you playing though? It's gonna be between Azzaro and Valentino for me. I might lean, I might, you know what, KB? I might be with you on that. I might be with you on that. That's a great discussion. That's a great discussion. Leather has become, Bashan, what's good? I see you. Leather is still one of those things that is growing on me. Yeah. It's one of those things. Scent Bubble, my guy, I see you. It's one of those things that's growing on me, man. Yeah, leather is because I don't. It's weird to me. I've seen people put on a leather jacket and then spray on like ombre leather, and I'd be like, why? I personally like leather is cool, but I don't necessarily want to smell like a leather jacket. I appreciate when there's leather. So if I see something like labdanum, you know what I'm saying, which is more of an incense that gives off this leathery type of feel, I'm okay with that. But when I see like leather, I'm probably gonna stay away from that. Now, my favorite leather fragrance is the one I got. It's funny because I got it for my birthday last year, is Tom Ford Eau d'Ambre leather, which is very similar to this right here, which kind of gives you off this leather feel. But this Vertus Vanilla Oud. Since we're talking about fall fragrances, I know the community has a love-hate relationship with Vanilla Oud. I don't care what y'all say. Now, I appreciate, to me, the oud in here is drier. It is, to me, if you're looking for a vanilla oud style fragrance, the slightest bit of leather feel in there. You hear that? Magnetic cap, can't beat it. This is drier compared to that Tom Ford Eau de Ombre leather. I hope they reformulate that. I need them to come out with an EDP of that. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. So I wouldn't necessarily wear that right now. I don't think it's cool enough yet. I don't want to see the temperature drop probably to like below 70 before we pull out the Virtus. Now, something that I can wear right now, and I'm gonna get back to the chat, that is a great transitional fragrance. Electimus Imperium. So all of my niche heads, you guys probably know about this. Electimus Imperium. This is basically Nishane Ani had a baby with, some people say a Venice, some people say Hashivat. I can see, you know, both. But this right here, yo, I plan on putting a major dent in this in the next month or so. This is so good. And I know that Dumont, I want to say cellophane. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Dumont has a clone of this. I do not have it. I think my boy Gator has it. I don't know why I want to say cellophane, but it's the one with the C. The Dumont fragrances that have it. See, they got the weird looking bottles. I tried to like create hybrids with this or whatever in my own way. I tried to pull a Dua and be like, let me see if I can, you know, make this combination. Forget that. If you have Hashivat, if you have Ani, if you have a Venice or whatever, if you have the clone, so if you have Septre, you know what I'm saying, from French Avenue, and maybe Club de Nuit Intense. No, probably I would try it with Afnan Not So Only Intense. If you have the Extrait, the Club de Nuit Extrait, maybe that one. I wouldn't do it with the Supremacy, the collector's edition, because it's a little too sweet. Nonetheless, this right here is good. This right here is good. This right here is good. Now, I could entertain that conversation about whether Electimus is a quote unquote clone house or not, because somebody's gonna see it when I get off this video. But I'm not gonna do that tonight because I told y'all I'm not having that conversation. Nonetheless, and the bottle. First of all, I'm a sucker, pause, for bottles, man. I know people care about juice. I'm all about presentation, yo. Like I told y'all, I bought that Shiaka Shadow bottle just because of the matte black. I was like, I gotta have it. Honestly, that Mont Blanc Explorer bottle is fire. This Tumi bottle I'm getting ready to show you is fire. Yeah, so that's why I got it. So it was the the details on this joint. And you throw somebody ever break into your house and you can't reach for your gun, grab this right here. Grab this right here. But this right here, man, I'm telling you, bro, this is one of those ones, and it's not expensive. It is not expensive. I know expensive is relative, it's subjective, but it is not expensive. All right, hear me when I say this. So I'm very big on entry level niche. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where I was in my journey. You know, we spending more money, you know, at this point. But once we really started to dive into niche, I love the story that Suits always tells about when he went to Macy's or wherever he went and he asked the lady, or maybe it was Neiman Marcus, and he asked the lady, do you have a fragrance called Niche? And she was like, baby, bless your heart, you know, because she understood what was going on. I didn't know there was a niche thing. I didn't know there was a designer thing. You know what I'm saying? If I had known that back in the day, because my uncle was the one that put me on the fragrances. Like, we've always been into cologne, this, that, and the third, all kinds of stuff. That's where like my love for Bond came from when I was a kid. I was younger, you know, and you go, you know, stay out my room. And you got the collections and the displays and all that. You taking stuff, this, that, and the third. So that's where my original love came in for stuff. You know, my dad, you know, some my mom says was a huge fragrance guy. My uncles. So it was a family thing for me. But I didn't know what the heck no niche was. You know what I'm saying? And so as I started to get into niche and started to realize, I'm like, okay, so you have entry level niche, you have like mainstream niche, you have indie niche, you know, more of those artisanal types of things. You know, they're like, everybody say there's a different level to fragrance. All right. There's a different, you know, so you have, it's not just about whether something is a clone, designer, or a niche fragrance to me. It's about, yo, I try to present y'all with my journey. I try to bring you into my journey, you know? So that's why I say some of those conversations, I'm not having them anymore. Don't bait me. It is what it is. Feel how you want to feel. But like I tell y'all, there will be no clone slander, no designer slander, no niche slander on my channel. We're going to talk about all of it. Normally, I don't talk about this many designers. I done talked about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already. That's a record. We just talked about Electimus. Electimus, I don't think they make anything else. I think they're considered niche. Let's go back designer. We're still talking about fall transitional fragrances because I think the biggest thing with transition, you want to start to implement and start to introduce some of those cardamons, some of that spice, you know what I'm saying? Some of that warmth, you know, that fresh but warm, spicy, you know? And so I love fragrances that are able to do that. I think some of the ones I've mentioned are great. I think another great transitional fragrance. So if you love Brioni EDP Intense, then I think it's impossible for you not to love this right here. Tumi 19 Degrees. All right. Now, I think this, I have a love-hate relationship with this because I think it is overhyped, but deservedly so at the same time. I've tried like all the Tumi fragrances. I have full bottles of 2 of them. This one, and then the other one that I think fits in this category, which is Tumi Dusk. This is highly underrated. Nobody talks about this enough. And Armoth actually just came out with a clone of this. I mean, like the ripoff of the bottle and everything. But nobody talks about this enough. Like, these are fragrances that have character, man. It's not like you get your typical mall, mainstream, mass appealing compliment style of fragrances, but then they introduce something that's like, that's a little different. That's a little different. And so y'all have heard me say I'm not the biggest designer guy. So if I do buy something designer, it's kind of like there's something in it that's unique to me. The way they do the musk in this fragrance is super unique to me. So that's another one I think you should definitely just go to the store and get your nose on it. Get the sample so you can, you know, spend a couple of days with it, a weekend with it, this, that, and the third, see how it performs. But these are fragrances you can just go to the mall, you know what I'm saying, and get your nose on. And then this one, it was overhyped to me because I'm like, it's all right. But then I started to like smell it more as I went in the store. And then the lady ended up giving me a sample. And then I hadn't come back to it for a while. And I was like, yo, I want to get a full bottle of that. Basically, this a vintage style DNA with mango is how I explain it. Yeah. More Hashi vibe. I'm gonna say more Hashi vibe. I know I said a vintage, but the way that fruit comes off is more Hashi vibe to me. It's like a sweeter hot. I'm gonna be honest with you. That has a lot of similarities to that Electimus. All right, let's do another one that I really, really, really love. You know, one of my favorite blue fragrances. You know, we have some character. I'm gonna get back to the chat, you know what I'm saying, in a minute. But this is Dolce & Gabbana. This is Kane. This is the EDP. This is the Intense version. This is the Intense. So another great office scent. Still, that shower gel, but quality. Like, there's a uniqueness about it. Typical style, but with a little bit of extra, to be like, I feel like I've smelled that before, but that's different. That's what I love about fragrances like this. And then another one, before we kind of switch gears for a little bit, OG Polo 67. You can't go wrong with this, man. You can't go wrong. I know they got out the other ones. I'm good with this. I'm good with this. I'm good with this right here. Great all-arounder, gym, work, running errands. You can dress this up. You can dress it down. So like for fall, dope fall. Let me jump into the chat real quick because y'all are talking. Sent said I got that K EDP coming tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I've never tried any of the Ks. Yeah, I love it. I love them. Can you suggest Gentle Fluidity Silver Clone and Blue Day Chanel? I'm gonna be honest with you, Ray. Gentle Fluidity Silver. Hold on, I'm gonna grab it for you. I'm gonna grab one for you real quick. Hold on. Hold tight. All right, that reminds me, I gotta make a be right back screen. I did have one, but I can't find that giant. All right, so Gentle Fluidity Silver Clone is going to be from Fragrance World. I think there are several out there. This is the only one I have. And it's good. I give it about 70 to 75% there. Any clone that's 80%, I say is a good clone. I say it's about 75% there. It's just it just comes off a little bit more synthetic. It's definitely not a 1-to-1. This is more of a 1 to 2.5. Because it's Gentle Fluidity Silver. It's a little bit too synthetic for my liking. But this is Varrock. All right. So this is from Fragrance World. That's Varrock. It's a sharp bottle too. That's the other thing I don't really like about it. Kind of dope. You can kind of tell if you just seen this and you didn't know what they were going for, you probably could tell. Kind of got that silver. So Varrock. All right. Now, as far as Blue Day Chanel clones, I don't know what iteration, what concentration you're looking for, but the one people usually just go for is Iconic. All right, this is our Moth Club de Nuit. All right. If you're looking for a twist on that Blue Day Chanel DNA, F9 9 p.m. All right. Those are some of the cheaper iterations. If you got some money to spend, look at Alexandria's version, look at Jo Milano's version. I know there are a lot of people. I mean, you're talking about arguably one of the like Hall of Fame fragrances. So it's been cloned, but as far as the most recognizable, I think those are two of the most recognizable. But I think check out Jo Milano's joint, sample it, get the discovery set. And matter of fact, let's just take a look and see. Chanel. Can't about see nothing the way Ali got this website now. Let's just do this. Chanel. So Blue Day Chanel, he has an EDT version and an EDP version. All right, so I'm gonna show it to you right here. Let me share the screen. All right, so this is Jo Milano's website. All right, so this is Blue Day Chanel EDP. I have this in one of my discovery sets somewhere, and I got a bunch of them. So honestly, I cannot go looking for that junk right now. But if you're interested, it's called Jon Snow. All right, So for the 30 ml bottle, $50. For the 100 ml, $85. Now, I know a lot of people be like, bro, $85 for a cologne fragrance. Here's one of the things I will tell you when it comes to Yom and Leo and it comes to Ali. If it's not 90, if he doesn't feel that it's 90% close, not just in smell, but in performance to an original fragrance, you'll never see it. That's his goal, to get within that 90 percentile range before he releases something. I know that for a fact because there is a fragrance, I can't speak too much on it, that he was working on and he wanted me to try out, and I was like, no. That's another conversation. You have, as you're building, let me go back to the main screen. I'm like Stephen A. Let me go back to the main screen so y'all can see my face. As you're building, as for all of my content creators, as people start to reach out to you and you're building relationships with brands and owners and the people that are in charge of their PR, you got to do this right here. I'm glad I'm wearing this hat tonight because I had no intentions on going here. You got to do this right here. You got to stay grounded. You got to stay grounded. Because you got to be able to stay grounded and say no. You have to stay grounded and be able to be honest. Like, do not be one of these people that just goes, you know what I'm saying, with the fray, you know, because of what people say. And it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, it smells like this. No, like, bro, if it ain't good, it ain't good. And when you are authentic and you are integral and people trust you and the brand trust, that deepens your relationship even more, because now it's not about me trying to sell something. Because if you give it to me and then I got to make a video on it, or if I buy it and I make a video on it, I'm gonna be lying if I know it's not there. So don't do that. Yeah. Chat is jumping. What's going on, Bezo? Yeah, French Riviera has a sunscreen vibe. Definitely. Yeah, I would agree with that. They have an intense version. Has anybody tried the intense version? You may as well come over here and figure it out. Okay. The Sinful Apple is good, Eric. Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you're not. So I'm not the only person that thinks this. Like, I get the creed relation, but to me, see, we're talking. Y'all know when I go live, I like to talk. Another danger with being a content creator, and this is something EQ said the other night, which I completely agree with. You got to be careful what you say, especially depending on the size of your following, because you can be we all make mistakes. You can be off. Something can smell like one thing today and something can smell totally different tomorrow. And what is our default? Well, you know, fragrance is subjective. Fragrance is subjective, but there are kind of some rules out here to some of these things. And so, and when you hear a person say a fragrance smells like something, it affects how you your experience with the fragrance. So a lot of times, like tonight, I've talked about a couple of fragrances. I try not to go into too much detail on what it smells like, because I prefer you guys to come back and say, yo, that's fire, or you were right, or I'm not really rocking with that. I'm not hurt by that. I appreciate it. Different strokes for different folks. That's old school right there. But if you've heard me talk about in my reviews, especially like with the Dumont, with the Soprano series, like take this for example, Fury, which is great. I can't wear, if we talk of fall fragrances, I'm keep telling you, this is one of them ones, man. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's like, it has this Scandal Absolute. It has this Rabanne 1 million thing going on, this amalgamation. This is fire. I don't care what nobody say. Argue with your own mama, whatever. But my boy Gator, Novice Nose, is another person that has a lot of these as well. So there are certain fragrances when I know I'm getting, I will purposely, intentionally do everything I can not to watch content on it. Because I don't want to be influenced by what they say. Sometimes it's hard to do that. Sometimes it's impossible, but I don't want to be here and be like, oh yeah. Like how people be like, Lovers has this pickle juice smell. I've never gotten that. From the first time I smelled it ever in the store, from when I got a decant, I have never gotten the pickle juice thing. I'm like, where did that come from? Like, who started that? Now, it could have smelled like pickle juice to them. It honestly could have. But what happens is people don't do their own homework. And everybody's trying to copy each other, which does lead to a topic I want to talk shortly about tonight. Y'all answer me in the chat. Matter of fact, can I do a poll? Can I do a poll? We'll see. Can I do a poll? I don't know if I can or not, but we'll see. Like, we have too many people out here that are afraid of being themselves. And I'm like, yo, what in the world is going on? So real quick, I'm gonna get back to the chat, but while I'm trying to figure out how to do this poll, I'm gonna run this ad real quick. Yeah, I said it. Tell me to run this ad. I'll be right back. Yo, listen, we gonna get right back to the video, but I just wanted to interrupt real quick just to say, have you ever seen an icon living, man? Listen, shout out to James Oro, who sent me over these icons, one of their absolute best sellers, man. Listen, no fit is complete without the frames and the fragrance. It's a full package. And if you rock with the craft, you know what I'm saying, of quality eyewear, if you appreciate superior craftsmanship and materials, if you love that uncompromising quality experience, that's what matters. We're not just trying to look good. We're not just trying to build glasses, but we want you to experience something at the highest level possible. And one of the things I appreciate about this is I'm a big guy. I'm a bit heavy-handed. So a lot of times, man, your frames, they might get damaged. You know what I'm saying? I got a smile that could kill, you know, and a lot of times I'll be hungry and things might get smudged up. You know, that's why I appreciate James Oro and the quality. And, you know, they done thrown your boy in this nice little microfiber cloth so we can keep him clean. And we got the case so we can travel with him and everything like that. Like I said, listen, I got on the icons. I want to hurry up and get back to the video. But these joints right here are pure fire. So it's one of the best sellers. Huge fan of these right here, available in multiple colorways. I love the oversized eyewear that gives me like this bold aesthetic. Again, that goes perfect with the fragrance that we're talking about and the fit that we got on. Nonetheless, hit the link in the description, use the code FATBOY10 so you can get 10% off. Let's jump back to the video. We can talk about these glasses a little more later. Yeah, man, shout out to James Oro, yo. Shout out to James Oro. Yo, real talk, I think, like, I remember I seen Tazo last year talking about James Oro. And then after I took my break and I came back and I was like, what the heck is going on? And I like glasses. You know, people know I don't wear them often. You know, I wear them for specific reasons. You know what I'm saying? If you ever see me with some glasses on, then yeah, there's a very particular reason. A lot of times if I have to do a presentation, like virtually or even in person, I'll put some frames on. Yeah. So, so shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? The link is in the description. So, you know, if you decide to use that, you can see that right there. You get 10% off. 10% off. Shout out to James Oro. But Major Davis asked a question. Would you say that this is a good transitional clone? Kajal icon. Kajal is not a clone, my guy. So let's make sure we establish that the House of Kajal is not a clone. Kajal Icon EDP is good. I prefer Lamar. I do have a decant of Icon. I think Lamar is more suited for summer. I think Icon you can get more away as a transitional scent. Yeah. That makes sense in the Arizona heat though. That makes sense. So Rock Boy, since you want to be all up in my life, yo, hugely underrated fragrance for fall. Hugely underrated. Like super underrated. Wait a minute. Y'all, I think y'all talking about Ralph Lauren. Y'all talking about Ralph Lauren? Y'all talking about Ralph Lauren? Okay, no, Cara talked about it. Yo. This right here. Oh my God. You would not know that this is a caramel heavy fragrance. Silver, I don't know if it was a mistake. Y'all remember in the Smurfs movie when he was trying to get the ad approved with the blue moon or whatever, and he changed the moon blue by accident, you know. I forgot the name of the Smurf that's always making a mistake or whatever. And then it ended up being a hit. I feel like that's what happened with this. This is like the perfect, this does well in cold weather. This does well in cold weather. I don't know who calling me from Texas. This does well in cold weather. But, yo, and first of all, this is the old cap. So most of the Mancera caps are magnetic, right? Nah, this is the screw cap. Y'all don't know nothing about that. And I don't want to spray it right now because it's strong. So it'll be here all night. But this is like this unique, thick caramel fragrance that still has this bright, fresh quality to it. Not a lot of sprays. Not a lot of sprays. Unless it's like 10 degrees outside, you do not need. This is one of Mancera's best fragrances, and it's slept on. It's slept on. So it's crazy how y'all was talking about that in the chat, and I didn't even see it. This is super, super, super slept on. Yeah. Super slept on. Super slept on. Super. Yo, listen to me. Super slept on. Super slept on. Yeah. All right. What are your thoughts on RDZ? I have not tapped into the line yet, but I do have some I want to. I have not tapped in yet. Jeremiah was thinking about copping Jo Milano wild card. I want something that is unique but pleasing from the notes and reviews. Yes. Wild card is Jo Milano's best fragrance. Well, let me take that back. 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 Roll, 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 roll. Wild card is Jo Milano's most unique. Hey, Henry. Hey, Henry. Hey, Henry. Hey, Henry. Hey, Henry. Yo, I'm telling you. So when he was talking about Blue Day Chanel stuff, I grabbed this one as well. Because I'm like, you know, this isn't, it's not like Blue Day Chanel, but this is an alternative. Hey, can I tell y'all, I don't really care for Citizen Jack. I don't care for Citizen Jack. Jo Milano Wild Card is their most unique fragrance. So if you're looking for something unique and pleasing, Wild Card is definitely going to be the way to go with that. Yup. I'm gonna have to tap into that. Mancera ain't playing with the cold weather, bro. Like Mancera, people have a love-hate relationship with Mancera. I love Mancera was my entry. That was my introduction to niche. Now, Mancera used to be my favorite entry-level niche house. I'm gonna tell you who has taken that place. I still got love for Mancera, but I'm gonna tell you who's taking that place. Yeah, that red tobacco is crazy, bro. I'm gonna tell you what's wild. Something about Citizen Jack, and I know they got a is it an elixir? What's the new Citizen Jack they got? I don't like it. I tried. Absolute. Is it Citizen Jack or Citizen Jack Absolute? Which one are you talking about? Because they just came out with a new joint. I've tried over and over and over again. So Citizen Jack Absolute is the OG. And they came out with a Citizen Jack Parfum. I don't know what it is, man. Because Citizen Jack has this, it's weird because it has this Herba Pura feel that I like. I do prefer it, but it don't come off like Herba Pura to me. The melon in it is weird, yo. There is something weird about it where the melon is different. Carl said, I might. Oh, snap. Oh, nah, you good, Major. You good, Major. You good. You good. You good. I feel like I've seen that name. I need to get more gaming space. Yeah, bro, like, Jo Milano need to bring their prices down, bro. I think there are a couple that I don't have. I don't have the Rouge because I was like, I don't need any more BR540 joints. The one I want is High Roller. The one I want is High Roller. I think I got the rest. Honestly, I think I got the rest. Royale is my favorite though. That let me tell you something. That Tribeca, that Bond number 9 Tribeca DNA, to me, that's their best. That's their best clone. I think their best fragrance is Full House. And then I think their most, second to that, I think their most unique fragrance is Wild Card. Some people probably like, really? I'm like, yeah, in my opinion. And I got all of them, so I can say that. Yeah. Yeah. Citizen Jack, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't either. The one that, yeah, I didn't either. Appreciate it, bro. Was looking for something more versatile. Fellow North Carolina. Wide Awake Wilson. What's going on, my guy? Can you suggest 3 dupes that's a head turner? Head turner? Dang. Liquid Broom. So French Avenue Liquid Broom, which is Fragrance World. I'm trying not to be technical, but when you say head turner, I'm assuming you just mean like compliment, like huge compliment factor. So I'm gonna say Liquid Broom from French Avenue. You can't go wrong with any of the Aventus clones. So you can either go Supremacy Collector's Edition or you can go one of the Club de Nuit Intense, man. Choose one. And then third, I'ma say Talab. This right here, Ray. This right here, Ray. This right here, Ray. I don't care what, no, this is the best clone fragrance on the market. I stake my entire reputation on it. This fragrance right here is the best clone fragrance on the market. Y'all argue with whoever you want to argue. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? What's the name of that company? Lamar by Kajal. Kajal. This right here is the best clone fragrance on the market. This is their version of Lamar by Kajal. If you're talking head turner, I'm talking head turner. Now, if you know how Lamar is, listen to me when I tell you. Y'all know we talk about clones a lot on this channel. This is the best clone on the internet. This is the best clone that exists. I will say it 10 times over and over again. I will put it up against anything. You meet me anytime, any place, I'm bringing this to the gunfight. I'm showing up with this. I'm showing, if we got to just go grab one, like a versus, just one, like not we going 20, not we going 10, just 1v1. I'm bringing this. Point blank period. I'm bringing this all day, every day. All day. So there go your 3. I would say Liquid Broom, maybe our Moth Club Day Nuit Pro Show, and then that right there from Jo Milano. Yeah, I hate it. Absolutely hate it. I hate it. You can't make me like it. You can't do it. Amore Cafe, Angel Share, no to sugar. I've smelled the first two. I don't know what note is. Nota short for something? What is NOTA? Amore Cafe, I love. Super sweet. Angel Share, I love. Beautiful boozy. Yes, and I don't even care for Blockade. So I like both of them. Yup. Yo, we are tapping into Surgeoff. I got to get used to saying that because we got a lesson the other night. Not Zer with a Z, not like with the X like xylophone. It's Sir. It's like you addressing somebody. Surgeoff. Yeah. Listen to me, Zeke. Anybody else? Major, I'm smoking you. 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 Zeke, I know people think we be gassing Jo Milano to each its own. I'm not even talking about the whole house. I could not buy another fragrance. I could tell them I'm good. I don't want nothing as long as I got this one. And I'm straight. I'm straight. If I would never, and I have the OG, I'll never buy another clone again. If I had to choose one for the rest of my life, that's the one I'm choosing. That's the one I'm choosing. 20 out of 10 times. I stake my entire reputation on it. And they got some good stuff. They got some, I mean, they have some good stuff. They have some good stuff. But that one right there, that is the one. That's not one of them ones. That's the one. If you're talking about clone fragrances, that's the one. They got some good stuff. I love their version of I love a lot of their stuff. It's some stuff I don't like. It's some stuff I don't care. It's some stuff where and it's probably because the original DNA is just not for me. There are sometimes one of the reasons sometimes you may be interested in clone fragrances if you just want to see if they put a spin on something, if they do something different. Kind of like with this F9 9 PM, like this is not a Blue Day Chanel clone. This is not a one-to-one, but it's an amalgamation of like you have the Chanel DNA, you have the Y DNA going on in there as well. So that's one of the things I kind of like about clone fragrances or whatever. So yeah. See, Cart, you can when it becomes available. Now it's one of those things. It's kind of like Icon. When it's available, when 100 mil becomes available, you can get it. And that's the thing. I'm like, yo, not like $85 for the clone. You know, yeah. That's where it's like, ooh, this one might not make a whole lot of sense because you're gonna burn through that 30. I'm gonna tell you right now, especially in the summertime, you're gonna kill that 30. Yeah. Yo, I got KB. I got mine from. I want to say Max Aroma, bro. I can look it up and tell you. I want to say Max Aroma. Flawless. Selly, what's good, my guy? Flawless. You can't tell me anything wrong. It is flawless. Yep, see, I learned. Surgeoff. Yeah, it ain't Zerjoff, Surgeoff. Yeah, now that's the only thing with them. They don't do the individual. I think I have asked about this. I think for shipping reasons, they don't do individual 10 mLs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like you gotta get it in the discovery. You gotta get it in the discovery. You got to get it in the discovery. Detroit, what's good? Yup. Fat boy, what is the price cutoff for a clone fragrance? It depends on how much the OG costs. Okay, so let's have a real conversation. Let's have a real conversation. I said I wasn't gonna be like, forget everything else I was gonna talk about. I'm gonna still try to bring it in. All right, y'all. 8:30 is the goal. What's your price cutoff for a clone fragrance? Yeoman Leo full bottles cost $84.99 for 100 mils. Alexandria, some of their fragrances is more than that. I am of the belief, I've tried several Alexandria fragrances that some of my people have. I've got a couple of decants out of them. I have not bought an Alexandria fragrance yet because I'm trying to see if I'm already paying $85 for 100 mils from Yom. What is gonna, because I think they're at like 119 or something like that, but they have different size iterations. Here's what I will say. It depends on the cost of the OG. So Cara just made a good point. Lamar, if you wait for the right time, you can get it for a good price. The problem is, when is the right time? So one of the things I told you guys before, I'm gonna show you something. This is why I like going live. Let's go to Frag Flex. This fragrance buy ain't shipping whatchamacallit no more. So like I want a bottle of I want a full bottle of Sunset Hour from Goldfield and Banks. All right. So I'm on Frag Flex's website. So you see everything is sold out. All you do is hit this button. You just put your email in there. Now, if you're using Gmail, 9 times out of 10, that joint is going to go to like your promotions folder. So I don't know if you're like me, you might want to, like, I have a rule set up in my email for like certain things where I know I'm going to get it. I know I'm going to see it, but it will go to your promotions folder if I'm not mistaken. Just put your email address in there and hit notify when available so you can stay on top of these things. I think you can do the same thing with Joma Shop. I think Perfume Box. I think most of these places, if something is out of stock, you can share your information and they will let you know when it's in stock. Like, so Argos fragrances, I would prefer you rock with the brand. You know what I'm saying? So like, prime example, hey, Dirty 30s. Dirty 30s. Now, can I be a content creator real quick? Y'all use my link if you go buy this. Oh man. All right. Them Dirty 30. Now this is high. 193? That can't be right. That can't be right. That's high, fam. Sharon's Veil for a 30 mil. Can I not buy the fragrance? Shop now. Oh, they done went up. Oh, they done went up. Okay, Argos, they done went up. All right. So a 30 mil of Sharon's Veil is $214. Fragrant Frag Flex, so Fragrance Buy, has it available right now for $193. And you still get this presentation. Now, if some of y'all is feeling froggy tonight and somebody want to get that junk, look in the description of this live And yo, I hate to be ignorant. But I'm gonna be ignorant. Hey, since I'm here, I'm gonna be ignorant. Y'all hold on real quick. I mean, because 193 versus 214. What's that? I'm not even gonna try to do that math. That's a savings of $21. I mean, so save $21 if you want to save $21. But they got any more? Is there any other Argos fragrances? So this is what we talk about when we say don't buy retail. This is what we mean. Now, there are certain brands like you want to support, but bro, if you're trying to save money, save the money. But they got this available right now, so I don't know if anybody was looking for it. But I'm gonna drop something in the chat for you. Hold on. If one of y'all is feeling froggy, somebody got to be feeling froggy tonight. Let's pay some bills. Let's raise some money. You're like, you really about to do this? I am. Yes, I am. Generate, copy, find the URL. Yeah, let's go. We got to pay some bills. Hey, let's go. All right, for anybody that's feeling froggy, that link is right there. Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, that's one of, yeah, exactly, Carl. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, bro, heads is good, fam. Like, it's crazy because somebody commented on one of my videos. So I posted the video today and somebody was like, heads in them prices. And I'm like, what you mean? Like, the quality you get is what you're paying for, and it's an independent niche fragrance line. And he's elevated the brand. Like, you see the new bottles? You see the new presentation? Like, come on, fam. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. You know. Now, I'm one of those people, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, some brands might not like the fact that I say don't buy retail. I'm like, bro, hey, it is what it is, man. Y'all making money hand over foot. I'm looking out for my folk. 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 This is true, Zeke. This is true. This is true. Brandon, go check out my boy Create with John. Let me show John some love. He has it. I do not have it. He has it. Let me show John some love. I think you said Rayhan. Which one is that? Yeah. All right, but I do want to, I don't know if I answered this question, Sir Gary the First. It's tough, man. It's tough. That's tough, because by the time you pay $90, basically almost $100 for something with shipping, you might as well say, because if you came up with that 100, you can come up with another 100. So it's tough, man. Like, I try, like, if I'm spending that much money on a clone, I'm spending it on something that is probably, I think, is a little too expensive, but I want the DNA. So, like, prime example, let's talk about something. And these are the pros and cons of being a content creator. So, Cod Lodge Island Dreams. All right. So you guys saw I posted my review on this. And this is an impression of Symphony. All right. The best one out there, in my opinion. There are several out there. This would be 3. I already had the Luciano joint, Luciano Melody. I just got all of them at one time when I was doing videos on them. And then I had high hopes. First of all, I just wanted the bottle for this emerald. All right. First of all, you see the bottle, just dope. I wanted it for the bottle. The Opal bottle was kind of like this too. To me, this blows this out of the water. Now, you're talking sub $40, sub $70. Like Jo Milano's on discounters are high. Like I think even now, like Wild Card is like $60 on Amazon or whatever. This might have been sub 80. Not sub 70. This might have been sub 80. This blows this out of the water. And so, like I said, it depends. Like if I'm looking for something in particular that I don't want to spend, because Symphony is like what, 600 with tax, like 550. I don't think the DNA is worth 550. Like, no. Like, I don't think a lot of LVs are worth the price that they are. But I'd rather pay sub $40 than sub $80. Especially when the quality I'm getting from the sub $40 blows the sub $80 fragrance out of the water. But the thing about being a content creator is a lot of times we get multiple things because for content. So I have dialed back a lot because last year I used to buy everything. That's how we ended up with like 10 clones of like LeBeaus and 10 clones of like Imagination and 10 clones of like God of Fire, because these are the things that y'all are looking for. And so this is going to lead to my last conversation for tonight. And I want to ask this question. Do you all feel that, I sent a comment earlier, do you feel that Fragcom has grown stale? And this is not me talking junk about Fragcom. This is not me trying to be Batman, the hero, Justice League, or whatever. Do you feel that Fragcom has grown stale? Type yes or no in the chat. Los T, is Nitro Elixir worth it? Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree, because at the end of the day, the OG is the OG. There are certain things where the OG is always just going to be the OG. That's why for me, the way I talk about clone fragrances is about value. It's not about whether it's better. You are never going to hear me come on this platform or anybody else's platform and say, this fragrance is better than the OG. You will hear me say, this is the better value. I'd rather you spend your money on this, but you will never hear me say that's better. If you hear me say it's more of a 1-to-1, that means it's like 90%. And there are very few fragrances that I rate that high. Now that Lamar, that Guillaume Lamar done told y'all, I stake my reputation on that one. Point blank period. I put him right beside, I stake my reputation on. But yeah, y'all, most likely you hear me say 1 and 2. And a lot of times you didn't really hear me give a percentage. In the early part of me creating content, you kind of hear me say, because I want to make sure that's established, because I understand you get in where you fit in. People buy clone fragrances for a lot of different reasons. You know what I'm saying? And it has nothing, it does not solely, it's not solely based on income. That's my biggest thing. It's not solely based on income. I want us to get that narrative out of the conversation. I don't really want to have the conversation anymore, but if you're going to talk about it, get that narrative out of it. Stop, because that's an elitist conversation. Like this whole get your money up type thing. It's weird to me because none of y'all are Tim Cook. None of y'all are Bill Gates. None of y'all are Jeff Bezos. None of y'all are Elon Musk. Because first of all, you wouldn't even have time to be up here. in somebody's comment section watching a fragrance video. Yeah. So it's funny how you can tell another man get their money up when I'm like, so if they told you, that's why I say it's all relative, because there are levels to this. And I don't think, like, I'm an Apple guy, so I'm gonna just default to Tim Cook. I don't see Tim Cook looking at somebody and telling them to get their money up. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to tell a person like, you know, hey, you want this new iPhone 18 or 17, whatever they're about to come out with, get your money up. It's like, no, because you know, you're going to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? To get it. And then there are other people, they just going to have to wait, or they're going to have to trade in, or they're going to have to, people do what they want to do for the things that they want. We are in a consumer driven society, a capitalistic world. So let's take the whole money thing out of it. That's my only thing. So I don't promote clones to say this is better. I promote things to be like, what's the better value? And there is an affordability part to it. So I'm like, there's some people that don't want to pay, you know what I'm saying, like $200, you know, for Alta here. You know, we know you private sales. We know, you know what I'm saying, you can get a bottle of Alta Air for a good price. You can get anything for the right price if you do the research. But this is the internet. People don't want to do the research. They come to you for shortcuts. Stop making people work hard, and stop complaining about people that are helping people shortcut. That's called successful business. The moral victory conversation, the ethic, that's another day. But we talking about business. I love fragrance. As a content creator, we talking about business. So when it comes to the business side of the conversation, bro, like, I get it. I totally get it. That's just not necessarily how I'm going to approach it, but I get it. So no, I would never say Alta here is better than, I'm like, but I'm gonna push out Liquid. I'll never say Liquid Broom is better than all, but I'll be like, yo, like, get Liquid Broom, fam. If you looking for a clone and you don't want to spend that money, get that. Just don't lie and tell people you wearing Alta here. Those are my two biggest gripes. Stop calling people broke, and if you got the clone, don't lie and say you got the OG. Tell the truth. It's okay. Tell the truth. It's okay. Absolutely, man. Oh my God, Cart, you said it, yo. And you know why? Because we don't talk anymore. We don't communicate anymore. This is why they're taking phones out of school, man. You know, one of the best times of the day was lunch. And I'm not saying that as a fat boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that it's because it was really outside of probably PE. It was the one time of the day where you could just kick it with your peeps, man. And we can laugh, we can joke, we can fight, we can do all of the things that we're not supposed to do until we get back out of school. You know, people don't communicate. People don't communicate, bro. Like, people, I'm so glad I was born in 1987. I know what it's like to not have a cell phone. I know what dial-up internet sounds like. I know what it was like, you know, having I had a typewriter. I remember playing Oregon Trail on the big floppy disk, not the small floppies, the big floppies. I'm glad I grew up in the transitional period as it relates to technology. Like, my sister was born in 93. All she knows is Disney. They don't know no better. That's why I discount some of these 90s kids. No, y'all don't. I discount y'all. But I remember rotary phones. I remember watching the stories. If you black and you country, we call them stories. Y'all call them soap operas. I remember sitting outside, man, on the green box. You know, the electric box that you really ain't supposed to be on? I remember sitting outside on the green box, man, under the street light, yo. I remember running home to ride the bike, and I had Sega. I had a 64. I had Dreamcast. I had Nintendo. I had Super Nintendo. When PlayStation came out, I had PlayStation. And the first thing we ran home to do was still go right back outside. I remember that. I remember writing letters because we, you know, I remember talking to people. And it amazes me, the people on the internet. I'm not just gonna blame Fragcom. The people on the internet, these are grown, it ain't even kids, yo. And it's not women. It's grown men who act like I'm gonna be 38 on Sunday. I'm gonna be 38 years old on Sunday. Most of the people that I see have a problem are like in their 40s, in their 50s. I don't understand. Cause y'all grew up in a time where we communicated, fam, where we had no choice. And so communication is a lost art, yo. Not with the Frogger on it. Bro, without the memory cards, man. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Shout out to my mom. I got good genes, yo. Nah, real talk, like I have amazing genes. Amazing genes. Amazing. And shout out to you know, dropping a couple of pounds and some turmeric and some, you know, cajobic acid, it go a long way. It goes a long way. Yeah, I'm 38, fam. I'm a die at 150. Even I'm a die, I'm gonna get raptured. I'm getting up out of here because y'all is crazy. Y'all crazy, man. All right, so going back to my question. I think stale because some creators don't like to show their personalities. I see a lot of copy personalities, especially on TikTok. I agree. Stale like some bread. Hey, like that piece that people don't like to eat. I agree. Yeah, hey, bro, let me tell you something. What's good, Kev? Hey, got to, bro. Hey, he said I had a pen pal growing up, 92. Hey, we had pen pals, fam. When Eric, when you could buy pets from Walmart, fam. Come on. Come on. Got to, yo. Got to, man. I had some things happen in life and it was like, all right, well, we're gonna make some changes. We're gonna make some changes. We're gonna be fat boy, but we're gonna be fat boy slim. We gotta get healthy, man. And prioritize your health. But that's why I'm not having the exact conversation anymore about clones versus OG. I'm not doing it. Because people don't, to Kara's point, we don't know how to have conversations without being emotional. It is the same thing with sports. I have literally seen people get in a fight in the barbershop over two people who have never given them a dime. You 40-something years old fighting over Michael Jordan and LeBron James, and they have done nothing for you. They don't even know you exist. Nothing. Nothing. I love, now, fragrance has afforded me, I am grateful, man. Fragrance has afforded me the ability to have conversations with you all, to meet people from across the world. I got 73 of y'all rocking with me right now. 73 people I didn't know before Fragcom. But there's just one common thing that brought us together. Fragrance. I know some of y'all don't like clones. I know some of y'all don't like designers. I know some of y'all don't like niche. But if you don't remember anything else that I said tonight, I want you to remember this right here. If you are trying to be an entrepreneur, if you want to get off your job, if you don't want to work a 9-to-5 for the rest of your life, if you got dreams, you got ideas, you want to be successful, whether it's e-commerce, whatever. Remember, Walter Jeanette told you this. People do not buy products. People buy people. Not only do people buy people, the elevated part of that is people buy experiences. But we gonna leave it at people don't buy products anymore. People buy people. Several of y'all have told me in this chat tonight, you're considering several things. But before you decided to do that, what did you do? You asked the question. You might want to buy something off Amazon. What you gonna do? You're gonna check the reviews first, right? And you're going to find, like, say clothes, for example. Say clothes. You're going to find somebody who is in the similar range. So you might be like, okay, Walt is about my size. Walt is a big guy. Walt shops in big and tall. And we kind of have a similar frame. So if Walt tells me that, yo, the button downs at Kohl's, fire. You probably can trust that if you have a similar sense of style, a similar build, okay, I'm gonna go check out Kohl's. Because back to school time, stuff is on sale. Me personally, and we're gonna have to go down to the 2X in a minute, but that 3XLT in a Kohl's button down, the Sonoma Goods, that's the particular brand. Because what is fragrance without the fit? So a lot of you that work in, business casual, semi-professional environments or whatever, or you just want to be chilled, like, bro, like this jean jacket, like, it's getting kind of big. This came from Walmart. Now this polo, you see, it's getting kind of big. This is a Sonoma Goods polo. This is a 3XLT tall. Don't get the big. Unless if you got a bigger gut, you might need the big. But because of the way my shoulders and everything is cut, like sometimes I want certain things to hug around my shoulders and then still give me. This is why I love Bella Canvas t-shirts. See, I'm telling you, we gonna bring in all the content because I used to sell t-shirts. Like I'm talking about like for real, like drop shipping. I've done it. So my perspective on a lot of things when it comes to fragcom and fragrance is different. To the point that you all are saying fragcom has gotten stale because everybody is trying to copy the next person. People are afraid to be themselves. Success in 2025 is personality driven. It's personality driven. This is why people love scammers. This is why folks love scammers, because they fall in love with the personality. They fall in love with the personality. And because you fall in love with the personality, the con to that is you fall in love and that you trust and hang on to their every word. You know what I'm saying? And so too many people are trying to be the next Jeremy. Too many people are trying to be the next Ashton. You know what I'm saying? Too many people are trying to be, appreciate that. Stanley, too many people are trying to be the next Big Beard. Big Beard, and I cannot close out tonight without talking about something. Thank you for reminding me. Big Beard Triple B is probably the biggest influence on me creating fragrance content, and he doesn't even know that. I loved the way he approached the business of creating content. It resonated with me because it resonated with me with things outside of fragcom. Okay, that's why you guys will probably never see me. Maybe you probably will never see me unless I'm just doing something. I could recreate in my other bedroom over here. I can redo this whole thing, but you probably would never see me, no shade to anybody. You probably would never see me with a bunch of fragrances at my back. You probably will never see that because I do everything from this spot. I do everything from this spot. I love fragrance, y'all. I'm about making money and being healthy. Like, the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money, the love of money. Happy birthday, Chief ODC, whoever just said that. I don't know if that was on the video or you commented or not. Yeah, 8-4. We can close out at 9 o'clock. Let the church say amen. Yeah, man. And so Fragcom is getting stale because it feels like there's an oversaturation. But it's an oversaturation because too many people are afraid to be disruptors. If you want to be successful, you have to disrupt the algorithm. You have to talk about what's trending in a way that disrupts everything else that's going on. So 20,000 people, I'm just being facetious, are talking about this fragrance right now. All over TikTok, all over Instagram, all over whatever. What are you going to do to be different? How are you going to present this fragrance in a way that's different, that's going to be unique, that is unique to you, that makes people be like one of the best comments that I got. I want to see if I can pull it up, but one of the best comments that I got, and I think EQ is live, so I expect a lot of people to probably jump over there. So I appreciate y'all rocking out with your boy. But one of the best comments that I got is somebody told me this yesterday. They said, your fragrance reviews are always so detailed and honest. I don't care what you say after that. All I heard was one word, honest. That's all I heard. You said a lot, but that's all I heard was honest, because people don't buy products. People buy people. So if my buying decision hinges on what Kevin says, then Kevin has to be somebody I find to be honest and trustworthy, because I might as well. Basically, what people are saying is, I trust you with my money. So instead of me purchasing a fragrance wall, I'm gonna send you this money and you buy it for me. That's what a like means. That's what a subscribe means. That's what clicking that bell so you can be notified every single time I post new content to the channel. That's what that means. Every time you hit an affiliate link, every time I get an email and say a referral, or that's what that means. It means that instead of me giving my money direct to the business, I'm gonna give my money to Fat Boy first, and I'm gonna let Fat Boy make the purchase for me. If you started to look at content in general, but especially fragrance reviews, if you started to look at content like that, some people say that's pressure. No, it's not. It takes the pressure off of you, because all you got to do is not lie. Don't lie. Don't lie. Just tell the truth. Be honest. I'm the same way. I'm consistent. I don't know if Dame is over here or he over in EQ chat. Dame, you've met me in person. Dame, you have met me in person. You know for a fact the way I am on this camera is the way I am in real life. You know what I'm saying? So come on, man. But they said your fragrance reviews are always so detailed and honest. Seriously, you make choosing perfume so much easier. Shout out to Mo. Mo be like, well, I don't understand how you can sit there and talk 15, 20 minutes about a fragrance. That's why. And so y'all don't think I'm lying that I made this up. Some of y'all crazy. See that? There it go right there. There it go right there. And Car, I'm with you. It can be super overwhelming. I do not consume. I used to watch a lot of fragrance content. I can't do it. Number one, because I don't want to be influenced as a creator. And then number two, is too much. And sometimes you can feel the pressure to buy things. There are about 50 new fragrances out right now. I do not have, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no plans on getting. I'm sampling a lot right now. If I show y'all what's on my list of stuff that I want, it's a bunch of niche and designer. Yeah, it's a bunch of niche and designer. I don't have one clone on this list. Not one. Not one. And these are all things that I've sampled. Or that I have, these are things I want full bottles of. Bad Boy Elixir. Spice Bomb Dark Leather. I'm in love with it. Algebra King of Flowers. I want that King of Flowers. I want a full bottle of Musk Therapy. Leisure in Paradise. Oh my God. What is that? Simone Andrioli or Simon Andrioli? Beautiful fragrance. I need a bottle. That Rosendo, the Mateau, the number 8, I need a full bottle. Dane keep talking about this mystery for him. I guess. And I told y'all I want a full bottle of that Sunset Hour from Goldfield and Banks. I want a full bottle of Mercurial Cashmere from Electimus. Yeah. I want a full bottle. Oh, those are bottles. That Mattier vanilla powder. I want a full bottle. I got a decant of that. Let me get ready to wrap this up. But yeah, it's tough out here, man, because again, this is why I do my lives the way that I do. I'm trying to be more like Mo, like D4G. I'm trying to stick to a format. I actually had a flow tonight that was scheduled that I was going to run through. I didn't get to it. So let me show you real quick what I got coming up. Kev, you did not lie, my brother. You are a true brother. Lattafa Dynasty. Beautiful. It's a beautiful fragrance. It's a beautiful tea fragrance. That's all I'm gonna say. That's a beautiful tea fragrance. Beautiful. Fragrances. Two fragrances I'm looking forward to really rocking. I talked about, let me double back real quick. These are worth getting your nose on. Shout out to my boy Siaj Saint. Essential Parfums Divine Vanille. This is basically Herod, but pulled back on the tobacco. If you like Herod, but sometimes the tobacco like drives you crazy, perfect. And then if you want something that's a little more spicy, but cardamom is one of my favorite joints. I'm really looking forward to diving into this. Soul Boutique. Bro, Soul Boutique. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, so schedule wise, can I tell y'all real quick what's on the schedule for this week? If you have not get a chance, go look at my video we posted today. Wednesday. So y'all know the schedule. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Those are the main days. Anything in between that is bonus content. Mondays, we always gonna go live. I might be live next Monday. I might not. It depends. I'm going to try to be live. If I'm back here, I may have to do it remote. But I'm going to try to get a live in. It may be Sunday night because that's actually my birthday. Tales of Amber. This is the new joint from Goldfield and Banks. Tales of Amber. I want a full bottle, but I said I'm gonna be disciplined and I'm gonna sample it first. So Wednesday, be on the lookout for this. All right, Tales of Amber. And then Friday, we should be doing Fat Boy Friday, should be on Latafa Dynasty unless something changes. So be on the lookout for that. If you're looking for a house to get into, entry-level niche, one house that I always recommend is Mancera. Yeah, I got 3 minutes, so we're closing out good time. Mancera. But my new favorite entry-level house is gonna be Goldfield and Banks. Goldfield and Banks. I love the like I said, next on the list is either a full bottle of Tales of Amber, but I'm definitely getting a full bottle of Sunset Hour. But probably their most renowned fragrance that people love is Ingenious Ginger. This is the only thing that keeps me from getting a full bottle of Suspiro Vibrato. Different fragrances, but still in that same vein. So I'm like, do I spend the money to get the Vibrato? If I got this, I don't need to. It would honestly kind of be redundant. I'm not saying they're clones or they're the same fragrance. It's just same type of fragrance. Like, think if you have like Tigar, similar, you know what I'm saying, but a little bit different. The way the ginger, the grapefruit, all those different things are done. Great all arounder. Great. This is just good. This is good juice, you know. So I'm ready to crack a dent into this one. Like I said, we're gonna probably end up needing a bigger bottle. I told y'all I'm not buying 100 mils if I can help it. If they have a smaller iteration available, a denomination, if it's 30 mils or 50 mils, that's what we're gonna be rocking with. One of my favorite fragrances from the summer from the line, Bohemian Lime. Bohemian Lime. Bohemian Lime. So Ingenious Ginger could be your signature scent. All right. And then Bohemian Lime could be a great warm weather fragrance. You know what I'm saying? All right. And then if you need kind of like, well, both of these are warm weather, but that Bohemian Lime has a lot more character. I love the musk and the dry down. This Pacific Rock Moss is also great. I think you get more wear out of this with the spring and the summer as well. It's a lot more aquatic. You know what I'm saying? And then for your cooler weather, as we get ready to go into fall, we have Silky Woods. Beautiful. So if you're looking for some introductions to niche, you don't want to spend a lot of money. These are always available. Well, let me not say always. You can really find these at discounters for great price. Start with Frag Flex if they have them available, and then the perfume spot. The perfume spot is a great place to grab these on discount. I do have a decant of Silky Woods Elixir, just so you can see. All right, that's the Elixir. The oud in here is funky. It is funky, and after like the first 10 or 15 minutes, then it's like, okay, I kind of like it. I might stick to the OG. I might just stick to the OG instead of the flanker, but I like it. After like the first 10 or 15 minutes, that thing is, I was like, woo, it was a little off-putting. But yeah, man, outside of that, yo, that's what's really on the radar, you know? So I know it's a lot of clone fragrances out there. I'm gonna tell y'all, yeah. I mean, we got that. We got Shiaka Shadow. We getting low on clone. No, I got a whole bunch of fragrances I still got to review, but yeah. Don't y'all feel no type of way when you start being like, well, where are all these designers and niche and stuff coming? And it might not necessarily be like new designer or new niche, stuff that I just wanted to get my hands on finally, or buy 4 bottles of. Nonetheless, man, we've been rolling 2 hours. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for tapping in with your boy. Listen, I'm gonna run an ad and then we're gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna check the chat for the last time tonight. Yeah, perfume spot is legit, bro. They're legit. I have, and they are good for having. Don't y'all forget, yo, it's Labor Day. So if y'all got some money to spend, I know it's first of the month, so mortgages, rent, all that stuff is due. But a lot of people, I've seen 30% sales. I've seen 25%. Like, it's some good sales going on in a lot of places. Gems, what's good? Lost in translation. Lost in translation. Yo, are you, yo, do you do fashion content? Do you do fashion content on IG? Appreciate it, Gems. Appreciate that, KB. Yo, lost in translation. You look like, is this the same guy? Hold on. What is my man's name? Y'all know the big light-skinned dude who dresses crazy and he got a grill? Like, the fashion is crazy. Y'all, PD Pablo performed tonight. Hold on, is the game on? Hold on. We ain't gonna get kicked off for Hold on. It looked like him, bro. The person I used to work for did. Bro, it's a light-skinned dude. It's a big light. I cannot think of his name, bro. It's a guy on YouTube that does a lot of content, like fashion content. He sprinkles in some fragrances from here and there. Why can't I pull up? Hold on, y'all. I said I'm ready to close out. What is going on? What the heck? What is it? Yo, I cannot. Yo, why can't I? What the heck? Hold on. My bad, y'all. Hold on. Yo. All right. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here. Throw in grills for a little razzle dazzle. Yo, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Yeah, tell me, bro, from he don't look like that. Tell me he don't look like that. Yeah, bro. Yo, I agree, Gems. Mason Margiela is, I don't know, bro. They kind of come off, they give me Jo Malone, the Jo Malone feel. And I didn't discredit Jo Malone. Mason Margiela, they fragrances, like Sailing Day is one of my favorite fragrances from them. I got their whole discovery set. I just wish them joints lasted a little bit longer. I wish they lasted a little bit longer. Just a little bit. And Gems, in that Soul Boutique, cardamom, incense, some pink pepper, some amber. Yeah. It's Sunday, bro, the 7th. Yeah. You're not doing this on my channel. No, I'm not doing it. All right, yo. All right. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Dang, we losing. Holla at your boy. It's been real. Y'all have a good one, man. I will see y'all. I may do some shorts and stuff throughout the week, and I'll probably be out here in the street smelling some stuff. But yeah, man, y'all be easy. I'm gonna run this ad, and then we're gonna get on out of here. All right, bet. All right, real quick, speaking of work, speaking of my school teachers, speaking of anybody that really has to be on your feet all day. Listen, wearing a suit is great, but if you got to be on your feet all day, you know what I'm saying, and you a big guy like me, protect your knees, protect your back, which means that you got to start from the bottom up. So protect your feet. A suit means nothing if your shoes are raggedy. Some of you may know Allen Edmonds is my favorite shoe company, but I think that may change because Amberjack, who you may have seen on Wall Street Journal, you may have seen in the Rolling Stones, you may have seen in GQ, Amberjack has really made a great impression on me, so much to the point that they actually reached out to your boy. Let me go ahead and get these shoes, man. Let me get these shoes off my feet so I can show y'all what we're working with, bro. So let me show y'all. We got this is the shoe I'm literally wearing right now, bro, from Amberjack. These are like the Jordans of dress shoes. You see that? You see that? I'm a heavy guy, man. This fat boy finesse. One of the things I love about this shoe, man, you see the logo right there, premium A-grade leather. You know, it's even got heat activated arch support, dual function outsole, got the vents, you know what I'm saying, so you can stay cool. I'm a heavy guy, and to be on your, first of all, look at the sole. Look at the sole. These are the shoes. Matter of fact, I got a bag. I don't even know where's the bag. The bag is around here somewhere. Matter of fact, here they go right here. Can't have the shoes without the bag, fam. They give you a nice little travel bag with it. Crazy work. These are the type of shoes, you know what I'm saying? You might put these on once you get out the car. I don't know if you like me. I don't necessarily like to drive in my dress shoes because I don't like to get them dirty. I don't like to crease them. I don't like to crease them. I like to increase the life and the longevity of the shoe. The quality of the shoe is so dope, man. Listen, I'm gonna put the link in the description. Whether you heavy or not, you gotta check this out. I'm trying to tell you, bro. This is almost like if Nike came out with a dress shoe. And the heat activated sole, bro, look at that. Look at that. And if you got wide feet like me, bro, perfect. But come on, bro. You see the first of all, you see the color of my skin. You see the combination that goes with the blue. So if you're a teacher, if you're a lawyer, anybody that's got to be on your feet all day, bro, Amberjack, this is the cap toe. This is the cap toe, if I'm not mistaken. Nonetheless, I'll put all that information down in the description. But I did just want to tell y'all that because ain't no need to smelling good and looking good if your feet hurt. So nonetheless, let's jump back to the video.